Welcome to Blondes and Booze Paranormal Podcast. I am Krista, and as you've noticed, we are missing Erin tonight. She is running a little late. She went out to dinner, and it took forever to pay her bill. So I just got a text that she is on her way, so she'll be here anytime. But we do have Brandy here, and
Hi, everybody.
So Brandy is she's not homeless. You can see she's in a motel.
Yeah.
She is taking a trip to Wisconsin. Yep.
Yes.
You want to tell everybody about the event you're going to this weekend and who else is going to be there?
Yes. I am going to a Paracon it's called Ripon, Wisconsin. And Tim Miley is putting on one of his events, his full-on events this weekend. We're going to have Dustin Perry's going to be there, Chris Williams, and oh my God, he's going to kill me if he knows this. Oh boy, Barry Payne. There, and it's a whole.
Oh, you're kind of cutting out on me a minute. You there, Brandy? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Brandy, if you can hear me, you might want to hang up and holler back. We'll give her a minute and Erin a minute to come in. Oh, here's Erin. Okay, here's Erin. We lost Brandy.
No. Can you see me now?
She's back now. Hold on one second. Let me do something.
That's what happens, Erin, when you show up late.
Right?
What, me?
Yeah. We all blink out because you show up late. I even had to drive 80 miles an hour on the highway trying to get to any hotel just to get out. I'm like, hurry, we got to stop. I got 20 minutes.
I got 20
Hurry.
Oh,
we made it, though. We made it.
We did. We made it.
Yeah.
I hear you, girl. I got to drive a long ways, too, to get internet access.
DA is in the house.
Hi, DA.
Woo woo. DA is in the house.
I was just telling everybody that Erin was running late. You were running late because it took forever to pay your bill, right?
Correct. They were no joke, the gal, there was people waiting to be seated, and she we'd been standing there. I was standing there waiting to pay, and she was like, "Oh, I'll go seat these people." I'm like, oh. We're both all right. I guess I'll just stand here longer. Oh well.
Where'd you go?
Exactly.
Branded, so I can get my chicken strips.
Where'd you go?
Chicken strips.
Branded, so I can get my chicken strips.
I don't know where that is. Have I been there? Where is it?
I don't think so.
Is it in Richmond?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Was it the old Walmart parking lot? I think. It's
Walmart is still there.
By Walmart.
Yeah. Well, no, the old one.
I don't know where that was.
What are you talking about?
She wants to know where it used to be, or what?
Brandon?
Yeah.
By Pizza Hut.
By Pizza Hut.
Oh, DA, I love Raising Cane. You had chicken strips night too.
Oh yeah. These are like Raising Cane. They got the special sauce that every time they bring it to me without the special sauce, I'm like, no. You go get me 2 of them cups.
Oh, we've got to get off food. I'm starving. Oh.
I haven't ate anything either, but you know what? I'm not hungry, so wine is taking over for me tonight. That's my meal. So
I don't have that luxury. See, I had to drive. It just didn't work out.
Right. So you are going to Wisconsin.
I am going to Wisconsin. And like I said, I'm going to the Paracon on Saturday, and we're raising money for a local shelter there. Hopefully it'll be a great weekend, and it's going to be one of his biggest milestones. He's trying to reach $100,000, raised since he started the charity. So we're hoping to do that this weekend.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for next weekend too, for Tim to see how much we can raise for him and the kids, because the kids,
Mhm.
Colin and Abby and Ava are doing. Do you want to talk about that a minute, Brandy, for next weekend? What
Oh, yeah.
they're doing?
Where the kids are putting together raffles that they're going to be doing themselves. I'm just going to make sure they got the money right. That's all I'm doing. They're going to have to take
Mhm.
care of everything else. And we've got some really great gifts out there. We've got a ghost hunt up for grabs. We have
We're up to 10 people too, not
yes,
just
for
2
up to
people.
10 people. We have a reading that's going to be available, Miss Erin. We've got that, and we've got just little odds, ends, knickknacks. We've got uh, Tim Miley's book in there. We've got just all kinds of stuff that's up for grabs.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be
Something
fun.
for everybody. Something for
Right.
yeah,
everybody.
and even your dogs. I got something for your dogs. Yep, if you win it, you got something for your dogs.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I love
Me
that.
too. Me too. Me too.
I
Well,
love going to those things too because like you can get like I don't know, it's just fun. You just
It is,
they're
especially
fun.
have
when
we
you're
ever
raising money
done
for a good
one and
cause.
not had fun? Seriously.
Huh?
Have we ever done one and not had fun?
No, because we
No.
always do it for something good. We always do it for a good cause. So, hey Danielle.
Danielle's in the house, and so is
Danielle's in the
AJ.
house. So, real quick, I'm going to just give my shout out to Danielle and Gracie,
Mhm.
and that I love them both dearly. And everybody's thinking about them.
Yep.
And everybody on here watching to send good thoughts and positive vibes over to Danielle and Gracie. Gracie's just kind of going through some stuff right now in the hospital. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it. Otherwise, I'll start crying, and that's not good. So we don't need Aaron sobbing on the podcast. So, but if you're wondering, you can go back on our past messages and posts to kind of see about Gracie and stuff. But Danielle did have questions tonight, so I wrote those down. I told her she kind of has got carte blanche on questions tonight.
Very cool.
So, but yeah, everybody just keep positive thoughts and prayers for Danielle and Gracie and Danielle. Don't cry. I'm not going to. Don't make me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've shared it all over. So, that's one thing, a lot of people are divided in the paranormal world, but when it comes to children and people being sick and, that's one time that you can get everybody together, everybody on board,
Right. And especially, when it involves cancer too. Cancer sucks. A lot of us have and do know people dealing with that sort of thing. And it really, really sucks. It takes a toll on
Everybody.
everybody. And
Yep.
that's why, it's a difficult thing. And, I
Cancer
just want to,
sucks.
yep, it does. And I just want to give a quick shout out also to Danielle on this, that Danielle, you are the best mom that I have ever known. And you are amazing to all of your children. And I love you so much. You are my sister from another mister and another mother. So, but you're amazing. And I think we all should strive to be as strong as you are and as positive as you are with your kids. And you're there every day for all of them. So we love you and we're all thinking about you.
And same thing, Danielle, I've never met you, but I've heard a lot about you and obviously a lot about Gracie and she's in my prayers every day for sure. And I just, my heart goes out to your whole family.
Yes, give
Yeah.
our love to Gracie.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. They all know who you are. They haven't met you, but they all know who you are because I talk about your ass all the time. You and all the stupid crap we did too when we were young.
I see DA poking up in there in our comments there.
Yep.
He was talking about his new Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
He said Bigfoot Hawaiian shirts, if I
Right.
saw that correctly.
And AJ, DA wants to know AJ asked DA, where do you get those Hawaiian shirts? So I'd be kind of curious too.
Etsy.
Is that an
I say
Amazon
Etsy.
product or
Maybe
special
we need
made?
some.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Etsy. I bet you Etsy.
Etsy. There you go.
He'd probably
Okay,
pay
I
top
guess-
dollar for those.
There you go. Well, let's get to the special announcement. So let's kind of talk about that.
Oh, she just wants to cut to that. She wants to
I
cut
wanna
to that.
Just straight to it. Blink.
Straight to it.
Blink. Yeah.
Might as well. So we've known Brandy for quite a while, and we've done lots of investigations with her. And she's a great investigator. She's great with the public. She's definitely a people person. And she's just like Aaron and I. You know, she fits in really well with us and our little circle. So Aaron and I talked about it. Didn't really take us very long to come to the decision. But we have invited Brandy to be an official Blondes and Booze member. So you will start seeing Brandy on all of the upcoming podcasts with us, all of the appearances that we are going to. You will see Brandy. So
Yeah.
You would see me.
She's like,
Brandy, do you want to just give like a brief run over of your bio, your background, and all that good stuff?
My background is really paranormal. It's deep down paranormal. It started off with, even when I was young, my mother, my great aunts, my grandmother, they all had a gift of one thing or another. I grew up in it. There was no shame in it in my household. Everybody was out in the open about it. It just seemed like that this was a natural path for me to take. So that's what I've been doing. And as I've grown older, and now that I'm starting to, should I say, slow down in the work related area, because I'm, getting up there. I am taking more of an interest in the paranormal and doing more things geared towards that, to really dig in deep to it, because it's always been in my family, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And my kids are always excited. They're like, "Oh, Mom, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?" Because they never know. I like have to call them later and say, "Well, I was here," or "I'm going there," and they're like, "And you couldn't take me?" I'm like, "No, no."
no,
Heck no.
no. This is me
You're
time.
also a cryptid fan as well, aren't you?
Oh, I am a big cryptid fan. Well, was born and raised in Michigan. So, of course, Bigfoot is a big, big thing up there, and Dogman too. So, I mean,
Well, the
I've
Beast
always,
of Bray Road is up there in Michigan.
yes, and I've always heard the stories and this, that, and the other. And as kids, you get out there in the woods, being stupid. You're like, "Hey, let's go see if we can find something." That was being stupid, young and stupid.
Right.
But yeah, so it's always been a fascination of mine, and I am glad to be involved in it as much as I am now. I kind of got out of it for a little while because there wasn't many people around me who were interested in that sort of thing. But now I'm just digging right back in, and I'm like, I'm home. Hello.
Right.
You found,
like
you
when
found
you
your
and I
people.
first
You
met.
found your people.
Right. When you and I first met, I think like immediately, like I said something about a cryptid, or you did, or something. We're like, yeah, we're into that. And so it's like we hit it off right off the bat between cryptids and paranormal and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. See, my daughter's my oldest daughter. She's a big Mothman person. So it's always, we're always going back and forth about cryptids. So like I said, this is home for me. This is not a far stretch. So
right. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you, Brandy. I know when I brought it up to Krista and I talked about it in private like a couple times. I was like, "Hey, what do you think?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, I think that too." And then, just how things have been going, and I was just like, "Shh, the girl's halfway in anyways. We might just throw her in the damn pool."
Right.
And so we're very excited. I'm very excited. It's
Thank
nice
you.
to have somebody, like, we all have our specialties, And I think
Mhm.
that's what makes a fun group is
Yes.
we all have our areas. We all investigate, but you travel a lot more than the rest of us have time for, which is amazing.
Yeah.
You've made that your priority. You've made that your thing. And I
Yep.
think that's awesome. So I think when we're going to be talking to more people, more guests, you're going to be very well-rounded for all of us to know about different locations and different experiences because you're going to be there.
Exactly. Well, and that's my thing is like, I hear everybody talking about this location or that location. I want to be able to say, oh yeah, I've been there, and
Right.
that was my thing,
Right.
and know exactly what they're talking about.
Right.
Because especially the history of places. I mean, I really, really get into the history,
Mhm.
more so than anything. I think I want to know what happened, who was there,
Right.
what's their names, how many kids, how many grandkids, who survived, who died, what war happened. I need to know.
Right.
So
Right.
it's
Right.
it's a perfect thing for me.
Yes, it is. It is. And so we're all very excited to have you. And so if people have got, questions or new locations that they want to talk about, message Blondes and Booze. Brandy will kind of be heading that section of things up. Not that, I have my paranormal stuff too, but I have a different section of it. And so we're excited to kind of put Brandy in the lead of some of the paranormal stuff and having that her expertise per se. So
Well, yeah, exactly. And if I haven't been there, if it's good, I'm going. I'll get
right,
there.
and that's why I was saying to everybody, like, if you have a cool location, message us because
It doesn't matter what state you're in because Brandy will get
Nope.
there.
Because Brandy will go.
Might take me a couple days, but I'll get there. It was just like I was in Massachusetts and Rhode Island just a couple weeks ago, and then
Mhm.
here I am going to Wisconsin this weekend, and you know I enjoy it. I love it. I just love
Right.
seeing
Right.
everything. It's always nice.
Yeah.
And that's
So
what's
we
going to be
live
fun.
vicariously through you when you
Right.
go do these investigations.
Well, don't worry because tomorrow on Blondes and Booze, I'm going to sneak up on some people and go live.
That'd
So
be awesome.
I'll
That'd
see
be
what I
awesome.
can come up with.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Awesome.
We're
Well,
Aaron
again-
and I. We tomorrow night we're actually going to be at the Ray County Museum.
Oh,
2 weeks in
yes.
a row, Aaron.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine that. So tomorrow night, the Tennessee Wraith Chasers are doing an event there with, I believe it's Apex Paranormal out of Kansas City. And Kathy Gotch, who runs the Ray County Museum, who is a friend of ours, she had kind of asked us to kind of come up and help her out. So I've never met the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. I look forward to it. And Aaron, don't forget our banners so they can sign it.
You'll need to message me again because I am a squirrel.
I'm sure I will. So between Brandy going live up in Wisconsin and Aaron and I will do a little bit of live with the Tennessee Wraith Chasers, definitely tune in if you're a paranormal buff. It'd be good. It'd be
Saturday is going to be exciting.
for sure.
Friday.
Oh, you're going Friday. See, I'll be Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll be
What day
Saturday.
you're
So,
going?
we're going to have 2 days of fun.
Right.
Oh, is it
Looks
2
like-
days of it?
Well, if you're going Friday night and I'm doing my thing Saturday, we got 2 days of
Oh,
fun.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see
So you
where
guys
we're
are
going.
definitely going to want to tune in because, like I said, if anybody, I know some of our paranormal fans, they'll know who the Tennessee Wraith Chasers are, who Aaron and I are going to be with tomorrow night. And then I know they'll know who like Dustin Perry is and all that good stuff, who Brandy is going to be with on Saturday. So
Yeah.
it's a weekend worth kind of just tuning in. And
Well, we're supposed to have a bowling party after.
Yeah.
I can't wait because I can just imagine what these people are going to do. Give them a couple beers and a bowling ball. You just never know. So believe me, I'm gonna have my phone handy. Somebody's getting in trouble.
Crystal.
Brandy, you strike me as like somebody who's like competitive like that.
Yeah.
Are you competitive bowling?
No. No. As I got older, it's just more, well, let's just hope it doesn't go in the gutter. If we get it down there without going in the gutter, I'm good with that.
He's the one saying, put the bumpers, get the bumpers.
We may, because I have my daughter Abby with me, and we may go with bumpers. And that's
Yeah.
all right too, because then I can
Yeah.
have a little to drink and just
Right?
There
roll
you go.
away and
If you
not
got
hurt
kids
anybody.
with you, if you got kids with you, you can always blame the bowling bumpers on them.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Hey,
That's
I'm not
what I'm
embarrassed to say
saying.
I need the bowling bumpers. I'm not a bowler.
I
Just
can't blame it on the wine. I'll have to blame it on the kids.
Go.
I'm not coordinated enough. I'm
Yeah.
just not.
Crystal says that we will like the Wraith Chasers. They are awesome bunch of guys. And you know what? I've heard that. I've heard they really are. So
I'm
I've met
excited.
between Brandy and Aaron and myself, we met a lot of the paranormal TV people, and actually we're personal friends with all of us are with several. But I'm pretty excited about this too. We have a banner, a Blondes and Booze banner. So every event that we go to, that gets put on our table. And when we first got it, we started having the TV celebrities sign it for us. So far we have, who do we have? We have Sarah Lamos. We've got Cindy Haza, of course, KD. Jessica signed it.
KT, his
KT.
wife.
Yeah, his wife has signed it. We've got Josh Hurd from Malvern.
Yeah,
He
Josh
signed it
Hurd.
for us. So I know DA's on here and he's listening. Guess what, DA? Next weekend you get to sign our bank.
You get to sign it too.
Better
So,
practice that signature.
Yeah.
Right?
Crystal says
Yeah.
Chris is awesome. And I seriously, I've heard they are really, truly genuine and real. So I'm
That's
pretty
good, because
excited.
I like meeting the people that are really just like down to earth, real people. I know, Cindy Kaza's one. She's definitely
She's super nice. She's a sweetheart.
she is the
She's
nicest
super
gal,
nice.
and she's so you can just tell the whole spotlight thing just she's like,
Mhm.
oh, I just, she's not really, she doesn't like all that attention, but she
Right.
is the nicest gal. When I brought my son up to her, who was just like, starstruck, he was just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I get to talk to her. She was so sweet to him. She was so
Yeah.
sweet. And I'm taking classes with her this weekend again. I've taken ones before, but I'm taking more with
Mhm.
her this weekend. And I've met her a couple times now, and
Yeah.
she's just the nicest person. And I want to say Dave Schrader too. He is really
Hey, he's going to be at Scarefest with you and I.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get him to sign too, because he's a really cool guy. He's a really cool guy.
Well, we
So-
had Katie and Katie Stafford on here, and Katie is on the show. What is that? Ghost of Devil's Perch with Dave Schrader and Cindy
Which is
Haza.
an awesome show, by the
It
way.
is.
If
It
anybody's
is.
looking for something that it is really good.
Yeah.
It is really good.
Yeah, and I will tell you this. So let's just announce it here that next weekend, KD, his wife KT, is speaking at Fall into the Supernatural. She will be there. Well, KD told us behind the back thing that he is going to try to make it, and he would be happy to come and sign autographs and take pictures with people. So, I'm telling you, he's pretty hot out there now. He's
Yeah. Paranormal
Yeah.
scientist.
Yeah, he's a paranormal
Yeah, right.
scientist. Yeah.
He's an awesome guy. He really my son Colin was his biggest
I remember it
fan
at the first one we did.
after the Ghosts of Morgan City.
Mhm.
All of them. Colin saved his little flashlight for Katie to sign.
Yeah.
And out of all the people that were there, he was like, no, Katie has to sign my flashlight.
Yeah.
And he was so nervous to meet him. And I was like, it's fine. It's KD. In my head, I'm like, it's KD. He's like,
Yeah. Well, the thing is
so
too,
kind to him. He was so kind to him.
well, we all knew KD before he was on TV, so he's just another regular guy to us,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
And,
Colin hadn't seen him until he was like, wait, that sort of thing. And
Right.
There
so,
are still a few people I do that with, I do
Right.
that with people
I'm not
sometimes.
gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about meeting Dave Schrader at Scarefest.
he's cool. He really is. He is a very nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a very nice guy.
I am excited to meet John Zaffis.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hands down,
Mhm.
anybody, John Zaffis, bring him on. I'm ready.
Yep, in March. So we
In
have
March.
plans in March. Tim, hey, is it official yet with you and Tim?
No,
Oh,
no.
Shh.
Okay.
We just won't talk about it.
Okay. So
No,
next
I
is
don't
just
know.
your,
I mean, we're in the dating stage. So yeah, I mean that.
God, Krista,
well, that's
don't
what I
like.
meant. That's what I meant. Like
Just
it's
throw
out
me
there.
under the bus there. And it's kind of like, well, I am the lady. I'm going to wait for him to make whatever movie he's going to make.
There you go.
Have another drink
There
of
you
your
go.
wine, Krista.
I am.
Thanks, Krista. The love life's out there. Well, I
Welcome to
mean,
Blondes and Booze, Paranormal Podcast, where we out you when you're dating
I
anyone.
know.
just out me,
Well, my whole point I was making with that is that Tim is doing another event in March,
Yes.
and it has the godfather of paranormal, John Zaffis, that is going to be there. So I'm super stoked about meeting John Zaffis. And if anybody knows, Ed and Lorraine Warren was his aunt and uncle, and Ed and
Mhm.
Lorraine Warren is the ones that did the, Amityville. They have the doll, the Annabelle doll, all those movies, The Conjuring, the house that Brandy went to. They are literally, they're the ones that started the paranormal, and what truly went out to help people and did good things.
And they were the ones who like Amityville Horror, like that's who they contacted. Like that is
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
definitely like
Yeah.
the starters of it
Right.
all. And back when they would do sometimes lectures at colleges, that
Yeah.
all the little weirdos would come in and like sit in on and stuff. I mean, it was like that kind of era of.
And they still have the Warren research. They
Yeah.
still have that. That's still going strong. So, I mean, they're still with us.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're very. Have you seen the documentary? There was like the documentary on them. Yes, that was so
Mhm.
good.
Yes,
Anybody
I
hasn't
did
seen
see
it, you should. It goes over a lot of stuff that we already know, but it really kind of touches base on like how they kind of started and also kind of the rough time that they had. Like people just kind of gave them a rough go at first. You got the whole religion and demonology thing, and
we definitely have it much easier today than when they first started out, because it was just like if you weren't religious, then whatever else you were doing was wrong.
Right.
And and they made it well known. It was like they weren't very tolerant of people with different views.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, I've even noticed so I'm just going to say like when, and Danielle Miller, who's on here listening, she can attest to this, that living in Washington State, born and raised there, it's not paranormal stuff. Like you hear about it here and there, like you have friends that talk about it and stuff, or mediums and things like that. But there's just not a whole lot of it going on. Once I moved to the Midwest, where, I mean, I want to say things are older here. There's older buildings. There's more richness to the land. While in the Pacific Northwest, there's a lot of trees. It's more Native American. We all know that if we hit Native American, you stop digging and you call somebody. And also there's reservations still out there, very big reservations. So it's just a very different area.
Yeah.
And, moving out here, even I was able to finally find my people, and kind of feel comfortable doing what I do. So places and time frames, they really change up what you can and cannot do.
Right. 100%.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. That is so true. And like I said, I'm glad to be in this field now, that it is more, I'm not going to say totally, because it isn't. It is more accepted.
Right.
People will accept it. And it's funny because you'll say something to somebody about, oh yeah, I'm a paranormal investigator. And they're like, oh, you are? Okay. And then next thing you know, you're hearing this whole story of something that has happened to them. And you're just like, just a minute ago, it looked like you were going to, throw me out or something.
Right.
Exactly. I got into this paranormal thing, many years ago. And, For me, it's about, I love the history part of it, that I do love, but for me, it's about helping people,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of families. I've done a lot of private cases. I've been doing this for many, many years. And I've done some that were awful, that have been demonic. There's been a few that was true demonic, but then I've done some that it's just, it's not a bad ghost,
Right,
and
right.
I think Brandy and Aaron are both on board with this when I say that's why we do this. It's to help people.
Right. 100%. Oh, 110%. I mean, that's just, I know I got started in it. I mean, I've always been able to see
Do you
people that
remember
have
the
passed.
first night me and you met, Aaron?
Yes. And you were like,
Seriously.
so Krista does this. She's like, so I thought she was just into horses. I was like, oh, you like horses? I like horses.
Ah,
I was like,
Surprise.
okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna be friends. And then she was like, well, like, a few glasses of wine in, we're all
I'm kind of
talking
a
and stuff.
freak.
Right. And she's like, well, I do ghost stuff. And I was like, what? You
What?
are now my friend. You will be my friend. Like almost in a creepy way. But like, you will be my friend. And then after that, it was like, I just felt good. And Krista, I have to say, moving out here, Krista was the one who put me in touch with a lot of the people out here. And I felt like I was at home. Like
Mhm.
literally, I felt like I was at home. I was able to get my footing. I've met new people in the field and I've introduced them to Krista and vice versa. But it was really, finding your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, so getting into this, like it was interesting. It definitely was interesting. But what I was going to say is that, getting into this, I started out with always having abilities, not really understanding them, kind of keeping them quiet,
Mhm.
all while not knowing that this is something that runs in my family. And it was just kind of kept hush hush. And so I kind of grew up thinking I was crazy. I was sick a lot in the hospital and stuff. So I have a lot of memories of things happening then.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know you talked about your hospital trip, but if you guys want to hear about what happened to her in the hospital, you'll have to tune into Tuesday night show
Right.
with Daryl Denton, because we're going to
Right.
talk about some paranormal stuff. But go ahead, Aaron.
Okay. So I won't reveal all of it.
No.
But yeah, just kind of experiencing that. And then it was when I was a single mom and broke as hell, living in Washington, and my son was having things happen, and our home was, it's not just haunted, it was haunted. Like the kind of haunted that you see in movies. I mean,
Mhm.
it was, now I think about it, I'm like, damn, I'd love to investigate that. But at the time, I was terrified because
Right.
it was laying in bed, hearing cupboard doors slam all night, hearing footsteps, hearing screaming. I mean, being a single mom and sleeping in bed with two babies and my dog and staying up till 2 a.m. till I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stay up any
Right.
longer just to pass out. It was a horrible experience.
Mhm.
And I remember I contacted somebody, a paranormal group, the only one I could find in Washington. And they were in the eastern side of Washington, which takes about 6 to 8 hours to get over with the
Wow.
mountain pass.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they wanted to charge me $250 to come and
No.
investigate. Yes.
Let me just say something too. I understand we personally, Aaron, Brandy, and myself, everything that we've done, we don't charge the public.
Absolutely
we
not.
do it from, we have a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. So for someone to charge, I personally have issues with that.
Right. When it comes to coming and investigating a home,
Yep.
when somebody's asking for help, as another investigator now, I know that I know people everywhere. You know, we've been in the field long enough that we know people everywhere. I
Mhm.
could find somebody. If I can't go, I can
Right.
find somebody close to you that can.
Right.
And so we don't have travel expenses. Somebody that I trust, somebody that I know. No, this group wanted to charge me $250 after explaining to them that I'm a single mom. I don't have a lot of money. I'm going to college. Like I don't know what to do, and I'm scared. And also, my son was seeing somebody in his room, you know, and that's why I was having him sleep in bed with me. And that was horrible. I felt defeated, you know, and it wasn't just with the paranormal. Like I didn't just feel
Right.
defeated in my own home like that. I felt defeated as a mother. I felt defeated that
Because
I could not pay to have somebody
Right.
come help me with something I didn't understand.
Right.
and then you couldn't
So
help your children either. I mean,
I
you were
couldn't.
trying.
I'm
Right.
trying to help by like saying, I don't, you know, as a medium now, like I know what it was, but at the time I very much stuffed it and I didn't want to, it made me more scared, if anything.
Mhm.
So I reached out to whoever could help me, and to be a mom where you can't afford to have somebody come help you and your children, um, you know, because I paid the last $200 I had towards heat, you know, that was horrible.
Right.
And getting into this field, that was something that I have always told myself I will never let happen. You know, I don't want to ever see something like that happen to somebody.
Right.
Whether
Well,
you're a
and
single dad, a single mom, or just a family struggling, or even
Mhm.
just a family period that you're doing fine, it doesn't matter. You know, this isn't some secret society where we can't share the information.
right. And the thing about us too, as we are in 3 different corners of our state.
Yes,
Mhm.
we are.
So
We are.
you know, it's easier for Krista to get to Aaron and then me to get to Krista and Krista to get to me. So, I mean, we always have a way to
Mhm.
get to, you know, to get around. It's that 4th corner, but
Right.
that's not far from me and I can handle that.
Right.
But I mean,
Right.
it's just we've got the whole state covered. There is nobody in our state that should have to pay for anything ever
Right.
because we can make it there.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
Exactly. And
So
we
that's
don't
just a good warning to people. Then, like, if somebody's wanting to charge you an arm and a leg to help them, just maybe
tell them
look
you'll call someone else.
elsewhere.
Yeah, just tell them.
Look elsewhere
Yeah.
until you get the information that you need.
Or
And,
message us, because I guarantee you, if we cannot get to you, we will find somebody to help
Find
you
someone.
that does not
Yes.
charge. We have a lot of
Right.
connections and all.
We know people everywhere.
Yes.
Exactly.
So keep
Absolutely.
that in mind if anybody ever down the road needs some kind of services. So Brandy, how did you get into the paranormal? Crystal asked how everybody got into the paranormal.
Well, I got into the paranormal because somebody was talking to me one day and we got to talking about it. And it was a guy at work. And he's like, well, you know what? He goes, I'm with this paranormal group. He goes, why don't you come check it out? Just come see it, you know, see for yourself. And I did. And I you know, I really liked doing it. And I'm like, okay, well, I can deal with this. I mean, the group didn't pan out. Which believe me, it was fine with me.
Mhm.
And
I
voila.
know who you're talking about, Brandy.
Exactly. It just didn't pan out. But like I said, everything is meant to happen. There's no coincidence. It is meant to happen. And here I am.
Yeah.
Blondes and
You
booze.
meet. It's funny how you meet your people,
Yeah.
right?
It is.
I mean, I can say the same thing for you, Brandy. It's funny how we meet, and like me and Krista, you know, she was my horse girl. I was like, oh, she likes horses.
It's
and
a
dogs.
gravitational pull. You know, the gravitational
Right.
pull is just saying, come here, let me talk to you.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
And even like and Mark, like, I mean, like it's everybody that's important in my life, you know, all of us. Like, it's just funny how we all just gravitate to one another. I mean, I ended up here from freaking Washington State, not knowing a soul. And yet I met you guys and you wonderful people. And I get to do awesome things with you and help people.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about this, I was born and I was raised in Michigan. I have lived everywhere around the United States, and I've also lived overseas and made it back in this spot right here.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
You know, I had a conversation today with somebody that, you know, we talked about, I feel like you don't meet people by chance.
no.
No, you
And,
know.
and like, even like the three of us, you know, like, I don't know. It's crazy. It really is.
Things
It's
happen
crazy.
for a reason.
They do. Absolutely. They do.
They happen
Hey.
for a reason.
So
Did you
Daryl,
see what-
I want to chime in real quick about Daryl commented, Anthony, they follow you home. That is very true. That can very, very.
I just was going to say that. I was like, Anthony, is that true? Do they follow you home?
So let me tell you. I mean, it can happen.
She just like confirmed Anthony's like worst nightmare.
Well, let me elaborate on this.
Right,
So,
Krista,
I've been
you're
doing
really
this
good
for
at
about-
calling people out tonight.
I know. Give me some more wine. I need another bottle. But anyway, so I've been in doing paranormal for many, many years. I actually got into it when I was in high school. I remember walking through the halls with a friend of mine, and I seen an old man, and I looked at my friend Kelly is her name. And I said, wonder what the old man's doing here, you know, just kind of high school girls laughing it up. And she's like, what old man? So it was kind of weird. But anyway.
What old man?
Right. She didn't see him. I did, just like you and I, you know, plain as day. But that's another story. Anyway, back on the following you home. I feel like, you know, I personally believe in God. I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible. I pray.
Mm-hmm.
My God is bigger than any demonic entity out there.
Yes, ma'am.
So Daryl, I agree with you. Like, they can follow you home. But however, I personally have never had it happen. Before I leave any event I do, any private case that I do, you know, it's about your intention, and you have to tell them to stay here. They're not allowed to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they will, I will admit, you know, but I feel like that, I don't know, maybe like I'm more badass than them or something, if that makes sense, because I've never had an issue of anything following me home.
Right.
No, like, I'm not a quiet person. I'm not one that's going to be, oh, please don't follow me home. I'm like, no, you stay here. You don't follow me home, you know, with a more authoritative voice.
Krista gets her mean mom voice out.
I do. I do.
She's like, you little son of a bitch. You better stay back there.
But you know, so far, knock on wood, it's I've never had an issue. And if I do, I'll be calling Tony.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm going to wait till Tuesday, but I do have my own paranormal story, which Krista knows a lot of it because sometimes she'll talk to me when it's going on.
Right.
But it is strange, and I'm just going to save the whole thing because this is really odd. Yeah, I'm just going to save it because I would, you know, everybody really needs to hear this because it happens to you all the time. You just maybe not realize.
Right.
And
Right.
But mine's strange. Mine's very strange.
We keep saying Tuesday. So Tuesday evening,
8 o'clock.
And Aaron and myself at 8 o'clock, we are going to have Daryl Denton on our show. And yes, he is a Bigfoot researcher, but we are not talking Bigfoot. He has an incredible story of a entity that actually saved his life. And he's going to come on and talk about it. And Aaron has an incredible story, a couple of them actually, where actually a ghost saved your life and one saved your sister's.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's going to be so cool.
So
yeah, right.
They're
not all bad.
Yeah,
it's the whole idea of that ghosts or spirit. I have different names for them. I mean, ghost is something that's trapped. Spirit is something that visits.
Yep. They can come and go from one realm to the other.
Right.
They're not
So
stuck.
ghost and spirit are here to, sometimes they're here to help you. I mean, they will help. So
Yeah.
I think it will be really good to have some more positive stuff when it comes to things
Mhm.
like that. So it'll be good to talk about that on Tuesday.
Oh,
Right.
I think even going in on an investigation, if you have a positive mindset, you're gonna have I think a better outcome,
experience.
a better
Mhm.
outcome.
Right. I
Mhm.
would agree. I would 100% agree. So,
So,
Well, it's kind of the whole idea too. Like they have, there's been scientific studies like where, I mean, I know this is apples and oranges, but I'm kind of using the whole thing. People who would talk, okay, so they had plants. Okay,
Mhm.
this is the psychology coming out of me. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know, I have a psychology degree. Okay, great, there we
that's
go.
why she hooked
I
up with
said
me
it.
and Brandy. We're all messed up, you know?
I can analyze anybody and judge. I'll tell you all your problems. No,
Yeah.
that's called psychic, sadly. Yeah, being psychic, I could have paid for my degree just doing.
Well, as
easy.
Crystal said,
Anyways,
because they come to us, they come to give us messages as well. And absolutely, yes, they do. So Crystal, tune in Tuesday and we'll talk more about that.
absolutely.
oh yeah, we've got
So,
lots to talk about.
Yeah,
so
'cause we all kind
with
of
the
have
study
stories.
that I was talking about, like, so they had plants. They had people speaking words of affirmations, of positive affirmations,
Mhm.
like you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are amazing, you can accomplish anything. Positive words. Then they had a plant in a completely separate other room where they said you are horrible, you are negative, you are bad, like negative words.
Mhm.
The plant that had the positive affirmations grew more than the plant that had the negative ones. It withered away.
Mhm.
And this is like an actual scientific study. So to me, that says a lot about energy all around. So if you're putting that positive energy out there, even in an investigation,
Mhm.
what are you're putting more of that out there that's going to attract more of that and grow,
Yep.
as opposed to negative. If you go in there pissed off and not believing and just agitated, you're not going to get nothing. It's just going to wither away and die. I mean,
Well,
it's just going to
and
wither away.
it's the same thing. You know, they tell you, like, if you, like, for instance, private cases, or even, you know, we do events and we hold events for people. If you've had a bad day or you are physically sick, you need to
Oh,
stay away.
you don't go. You
Yeah,
don't
you need to
go.
stay away. That is not
Mhm.
the time that you need to be there, because you know what? You'll become a target.
Yep.
Yep. I see.
Yeah.
I have another fellow psychology person, Jaron. He
Mm.
says, did I say his name right, Jaron?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm terrible with.
Jaron is a moderator on Bettina's page. So
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just bad with names. I used to be a teacher, and I was that teacher that would be like Aaron. I was. I'm terrible. I remember, I will never forget this poor little sixth grader. I said, "Oh, is Simone here?" "I'm Simon." I was like, "Oh, poor child." That kid was Simone the rest of the year. Oh, that poor kid. Nobody. I killed his sixth grade year. I swear to God, I did. So,
Oh,
all y'alls, if I say your name wrong, just remember Aaron. That's how it goes.
Aaron.
Aaron. So,
There you go.
um,
Let's talk about some private cases we've done. I've done a bunch, because I was with another team out of St. Louis for many years, and I did a lot with them. So there's a couple cases that kind of like stick out, and I'll tell you guys about one of them. And it was a human spirit, and it was this woman who lived by herself in a single wide trailer, and a little bit of she was being sexually touched inappropriately by an entity. So being in the paranormal, we've heard this stuff before, and 9 times out of 10, it might just be an itch down there or something. It's really not a paranormal thing.
It's called yeast infection.
Right.
UTI, baby.
Right.
You're checked.
So you always you listen to the client, but you try to prove a scientific reason, a reason why something is happening. Mm-hmm. So I was there with 2 male teammates and another female teammate. And I'm like, okay, she said that every time she was in bed, she was being groped. So me and the female teammate were like, you know what, let's go see what happens here. And we had a Periscope 360, which is a little device that works by static electricity, and it lights up all these pretty colors of the rainbow. And so we put the Periscope 360 down, and then my 2 other teammates went outside and left me, and I'll just say her name. Her name is Dana, in the bedroom with this ghost. And there was definitely something there. We could feel it. So one and only time have I ever propositioned a ghost. I told them that they could, feel my upper part if they, would light the Periscope 360 up. And sure enough, that sucker went crazy. Honestly, I didn't feel anything. I did not feel like I got felt up or anything, but the Periscope 360 was going crazy. And then,
which I have to say that piece of device, I have only seen that go off like
it doesn't move very often.
No,
I don't think I've ever seen one move.
That was the only time.
Twice.
That was the only time I ever seen it move. So it was pretty interesting, and I never felt like I was getting touched inappropriately, nor did my teammate who was in the room with me. But I that's the one and only time I ever propositioned a ghost, and I sure did.
Yeah, I got a little choked up when you said. I was like, oh. I don't know if I can do that. Like, do not touch me like that.
Right. Well, we were trying to get some activity to see, if we
well, you got it. Yeah, I bet you were.
Yeah. So, make a long story short, we ended up, there was definitely something there, but nor Dana and I, neither one of us, we couldn't feel anything touch us inappropriately. And as you both know, I've been to many haunted locations where I have been touched, not inappropriately, but you'll feel something.
Oh God,
they touch you or something. We didn't feel that night.
That is one thing I have to say. Sorry, I'm laughing at Jerry's comment. Even ghosts are getting more action than me. Damn, that sucks. Sorry, I saw that and I just started laughing.
I think Jared and I were talking about this a couple days ago.
No, but ghosts, they touch me like every investigation, especially when I do the Estes method and that's where you put the blindfold on with the noise canceling headphones, static noise sort of thing. For some reason that puts me in this spot where I'm extremely vulnerable and they touch me a lot. And I don't like that. I like being touched.
And I think it's the same thing for me too. It's the same exact thing. Now, KT Stafford and I were at Waverly Hills, and we were doing that, the Estes method, and she was actually holding a thermal camera on me, and you could see parts of like my jacket and stuff would go from blue to red, in blue to red, and it was all over the place.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to figure out how to get you guys.
What are you doing?
I don't know. My hand hit something. Sorry. There we are. We're back.
Stop touching stuff.
Okay, we're back.
No touchy. But so when you say that happens to you, that you feel vulnerable and you're always getting touched, I 100% the same for me.
Yeah.
I don't do well with that. I don't do well with that. Hold on one second. Mark's gonna step in because I have to take a personal break.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk about
I have to pee.
when
Latrine break.
when I got touched I was at Ashmore Estates, which is in Ashmore, Illinois, and I was on the third floor.
Take it off me.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, Mark.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
So, yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling about my Ashmore Estates experience. So I was up on the third floor, and I was up there with a couple teammates and 3 teammates actually, and they were male teammates, and they were on the outside, and I decided to walk into one of the rooms by myself, and I had a piece of plaster thrown at me, and then I had something like touch. I don't know if it's really touch. It hit the back of, like where you bend your knee.
Yes.
Something hit that, and it made me like kind of like stumble. So that was my biggest, well, not my biggest touching experience, but my second biggest touching experience by a ghost. My first was actually, I was literally choked by an entity in Potosi at the general store, and I had to get out of the store. I actually had to have a teammate. He had to help me. He had to help walk me out of the store because I could feel hands on my throat choking me. So, Brandy, Mark, have you guys been touched by a ghost?
A lot. I was just at the warehouse last weekend, and I was sitting on the floor. Now this house hasn't been investigated by a lot of people, so it's basically a brand new hunt. It's not open for the public, but it was open for us. And I was just sitting on the floor talking, having, minimal things happen, but ghosts, they have to learn how to communicate. It's just, it
Right.
doesn't come natural. I mean, in a new spot, new people, there's not going to know, oh, I need to touch this or move closer to this. You've got to kind of show them and teach them. So I
Right.
was just sitting there, and I bent over to grab one of my pieces of equipment that I had on the floor. And sure enough, that I get like a poke in the bottom of my back.
Mhm.
Which I thought was fantastic. I thought that was the greatest part of the whole night. I got poked in the back.
Yes, I'm like you. I'm like you. I'm like, oh, I got touched. I'm okay with it. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of people are not, but I personally am.
I think people get confused with when a spirit is using and taking energy than
Mhm.
just a poke or a touch.
Right.
Which we all know as paranormal investigators, we have to be very careful of spirits and ghosts who will suck that energy from you.
Correct.
Because I tell you what, there's been many times where I've walked out of a place and has been completely exhausted. I
Right.
mean, just where I would sleep for hours.
Yeah.
No,
Me too.
because they talk about on TV, you hear them all the time on the shows. Oh, my batteries are dead. My batteries are dead.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? They can do it to people too. So you have to really
Right.
be careful of that.
Right. Mark, hey,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. You get to see me tomorrow night. You're privileged.
I know. I can't wait.
Hey, why don't you I know you've had a lot of paranormal experiences. Why don't you tell us about a time you might have been touched and where you were?
Well, being a scientific person, I kind of brush a lot of it off. So I'm trying to think of there's been a couple instances where I didn't know really what was going on. Are you laughing at me, Brandy?
No, Anthony, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just saw a comment.
His comment was, my ex-wife sucked the energy out of me.
Okay.
He's probably laughing at the part where he says, I like being touched.
So, anyways, the last time that I can remember, I actually sent a photo to Aaron. I'm not going to name the location, but I was just kind of walking through doing my thing, and I felt like all of a sudden on my shoulder started burning.
Mhm.
And of course, I'm just like, not even worried about it. And then I go to the bathroom and I look at it, and it was like this like weird rash scratch looking thing.
Wow.
And that kind of bothered me a little bit.
Sure.
But I think the most interesting thing I've ever experienced was, and this is really weird because it happened at my house. is I would have like these weird dreams,
Mhm.
and then I would wake up, and I'm not trying to be too X-rated, but I would have these like 3 scratch marks that look like almost like a cat scratch. And it was on my ass.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. And that happened to me like 2 or 3 times. And I've got pictures of it that was very odd to me, because I would just wake up, you think like, oh, maybe I scratched myself, during sleeping or whatever.
Sure.
But the more I looked at it, that's why I said cat scratches, because they were very thin and there was always 3 marks. Like,
Did you ever at any time feel like negativity before these things would happen, before you went to bed, or anything, like maybe feel sad, or just for no apparent reason? Maybe have anxiety.
Well, anxiety.
Yeah, what is that? Everybody's got that nowadays, isn't it?
Well, Daryl says that was Anthony's ex-wife. That makes me laugh out loud. That he said.
But I was just wondering if that perhaps that a spirit or something was in the room with you, and at some time, maybe, because it seems like to me, if they're going to scratch you, they're not the nicest ones in
Right.
that you really want to deal
Right.
with. So I'm just wondering if you could actually tell if they were there in the house or in the room with you and before that happened.
The only thing at the time, I did have like very vivid dreams before that.
Mhm.
But then again, I'm very scientific about all this, so I don't know. I didn't feel anything at the time,
Okay.
but
Okay.
that doesn't really. I mean, to me, that doesn't mean anything. But
Maybe you just didn't notice or something. Yeah.
right now, I can tell you, since that has happened, I've had, what they call as old hag syndrome, and
Mhm.
I don't want to say I've never believed in it, but like I've never experienced it. So, it's one
You
of
know
the
what?
things that,
Yeah, I actually have, but let me tell you about that experience. So, some of you guys, well, I know Mark and I know Aaron does. Brandy, I don't know if you were there for the one where Laura Lee, from my friend from Oregon, was at came to our first event we ever did. Anyway, she called me one night. She had a private case, and it was in Oregon, and it was with a hag, and remotely over the phone, I helped her get rid of the hag. But it was the same thing. So I get what you're saying.
yeah, it was, and I've had 2 very odd dreams or instances
Mhm.
since then. And it like the whole sleep paralysis,
Right.
I believe in that, but I kind of take it with a grain of salt a little bit.
Right.
But I've had that happen to me like within the last 3 to 4 months, and I completely believe in that stuff now. Like, because I woke up in a very panic, and I was trying to say something, and nothing was coming out of my mouth.
Sleep paralysis.
Oh, wow. See,
Yeah,
no.
and I know 100% I was awake I woke up like in the middle of it, and I just remember laying there and trying to say something, and I could not move. I couldn't do anything.
See, and I've read so much research on this, and it is exactly how you just described it. It's like a person wakes up and they can't move, they can't speak, but they are coherent of what's happening around them.
Yeah.
They can see, but they can't do anything else.
Right.
I think that would be like super, super scary.
Yeah.
For something like that to happen.
I'm not gonna lie, that was like very, very frightening. I mean, I was very panicked after that, and
Well, if that happened to me, I'd be calling y'all, going, "Hey, y'all need to get here like now, because
Right.
whatever's in here's got to go."
yeah, and like I won't discuss like the rest of the dream, but like everything leading up to that was so vivid. And like, I don't remember a lot of dreams, but that one I remembered, and I still remember this day. And it was the craziest thing I think I've ever experienced, to be honest with you.
Sounds like another show, about like dreams that you have that are so vivid, and then you actually run across them either later on in life or the next day, or, is it a premonition that you're having when you're
Right.
sleeping, or that's another show. I hear it. It's another show.
I agree.
What
I
happened
agree.
to Krista? Why does your picture look weird?
I'm trying to take care of my dog. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No. I just make sure. Hey, as the tech guy, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, you save your tech for next week.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Gonna put you to work.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will be.
Hey, what night are you coming to the ranch?
Whenever you would like me to be there.
Okay. Because I know like from Tuesday or Wednesday, anyway, that's another story, but I'll be there with Kathy, setting up and stuff. So
Oh yeah,
if you
I
need
can be
some
there.
help, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can be
Okay.
there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And if anybody's listening that's going to be a speaker there, if you would like to send me your presentation, your slides, whatever, you can either message me on Messenger or Krista or
Actually,
wrong way.
DA's in the house and he's on our chat, so he can
Yeah.
message you through there.
Yeah. It's pretty easy going. I mean, it's very simple. So you don't have to make a presentation on your own unless you want to. But other than that, I'll take care of it. So
He's like, I'll just take care of it.
yeah, it'll be fine. So
Right.
Yeah, don't leave me in charge, because I'd have like squiggly lines on it and weird music playing in the background.
I'm not saying that won't happen, but
Where's
No, I
Erin?
mean-
at?
It may. It
Gone?
may.
Where's
What?
Erin at? Is she still gone?
no, she's right here on
Okay.
her phone.
She was probably waiting for him to get done.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Here she
good,
is.
Mark.
Let me
You're
point
good.
this way.
Hey,
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes, you will. I will
Yep.
see you guys tomorrow. Brandy, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. And
Yay.
I will be in the mix somehow. So,
I'll see you in the chat.
right. Bye.
Bye. There she is.
A little thank you to Mark so I could take a potty break,
Well, I seen that you redid your hair there too. That's not quite fair.
No, that is, I took my hat off because it tends to get tight sometimes. And then I get a headache. And so I've got to just take my hat off and then I put my hair in what we call a messy bun. For
Yeah.
anybody else who doesn't know.
I almost did that tonight but when I wear a ponytail, it gives me a headache.
This is my.
We
this
should
is
have
my
all just
go-to.
did messy bun night. Messy bun
right.
night.
Messy
Yeah.
bun night. Messy bun and wine night.
There you go.
So a couple things I've been standing to the side over here, but a couple things that I know that Danielle was kind of curious about, and I told her she had like the carte blanche on questions and stuff tonight. Two things she asked that we discussed tonight. One is
Okay.
attachments,
Mhm.
and the other is loved ones visiting us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of let Krista and Brandy, your experiences on attachments, and I'll kind of touch base on the loved ones visiting. How's that sound?
That'll work. I can tell you a quick story about an attachment, and it actually wasn't to a person. So spirits can attach to people. That is very true, but they can also attach to items. And I did a private case. It's been, probably 8-9 years ago, that they had a doll in the house. Of course, a doll. I know everybody,
My favorite thing.
creepy,
Yeah.
right? Well, there was a doll in the house, and it was a low level type demonic entity. And it literally, I was standing in a hallway and it went through me. And they said like my hair moved like a fan was on me, which was kind of interesting. But we ended up taking that doll and we buried it with salt. And ever since then, the homeowner hadn't had any more paranormal activity. So that was kind of interesting, you know, as far as attachments. But it's very true. They can attach to people. And what I said earlier, if you go to a haunted location or you know anything, you have to know that who you believe in an upper power, you know, as I said, for me it's God, has my back. My God is bigger than any entity or demonic entity out there. And as long as you know that, and it's not just words, it's about your intent, what comes from your heart, you know. So
right. And that's, you know, okay, so kind of like what Krista said, like with things. Did she go away?
I don't know. She's touching stuff again.
She
Didn't we tell
touching
her
stuff.
she can't do that?
I told her to stop touching crap.
sorry, I'm back.
Okay. Anyways, so with stuff, yes, they can attach to things. They can attach to people. I am the queen of what we call old shit.
Sorry,
I
that was
love-
my mom in the background. I'm going to turn this. She was kind of relaxing there over the bed. I'm just turning the camera. We're good.
You're all good. You're all
I
good.
didn't even see her.
It's fine. People in the background, it don't matter. It's fine.
We're kind of like cooped up in the room together. You know.
She's just
Go ahead, I'm
enjoying this.
sorry.
She's enjoying.
Sure.
So old stuff, you know, antique shops, thrift stores, things like that.
Oh,
I love that stuff. Personally,
yeah.
I mean, you see my house, you would know. I love old stuff and I like Hobby Lobby. And Chick-fil-A.
Right. Hobby Lobby.
I like Chick-fil-A, Hobby Lobby, and old shit. So that
Right.
is me.
Right.
But anyway, so what I do before I bring in things that are used, especially old items, very old items, like for me, it seems to be dressers, jewelry boxes, jewelry, things that people would carry with them for a need. I think that's why dolls are so funky, is because children put a lot of emotion and energy into those dolls. That is their friend. That is their everything. It's not the children messing it up. It's just the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bring things like that into your home, do it. You should be bringing those things into your home and whatnot, as in the item. Now, the stuff that comes with it, you need to sage it. Before you bring it into your house, you go and you get some sage. You can get sage damn near anywhere. You sage
sure
that.
can.
And while you're saging it, you just put that positive energy into it.
Yep.
And that is because, you know, as people live their lives, we have ups and downs, as we all know. So whatever energy you're putting in there into your home is absorbing into objects that you have. And then as you get rid of them or whatever, they kind of hold on to that. So you can get an attachment just from the simple fact of buying something from, you know, a yard sale even.
Right.
So you got to protect yourself. So when you buy something that's from, let's say, a yard sale, protect yourself by just saging it. That's all you need to do. It's very easy. It takes 2 minutes and, you know, you're good, you know. So do things like that. That will help protect you from things attaching to you. Kind of like what Krista had said earlier. And I know, Brandy, you probably practice this, because anybody who's going to haunted locations should be practicing this. When you go to a place, you clear yourself. You
Absolutely, yeah.
You envision yourself in this white light, whatever it is for you, personalized, that helps clear yourself. and ground yourself. And then when you leave, I personally just say, okay, everything that is not meant to come home with me needs to stay here. I am
Right.
cutting, and I visualize I visualize scissors just cutting any sort of like roots that are around me. It's all personalized. It's however you need to see it, but you're leaving what is there needs to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
So we do have a question. What does the salt do?
Salt, salt is amazing. It seriously is amazing. I don't have words for salt.
Protection.
Huh? It's protection. It changes. It's chemically, like this is just metaphysically, but also chemically, scientifically, it changes the environment. Salt will protect your environment because it changes negative to positive. That's scientific. That is why when you see the salt lamps, when it's heating up like that, it's changing negative to positive. So, you hear of ionizers and you hear of like the saltwater pools and stuff like that. So you have a saltwater pool. It heats up and it changes the chemical compound from negative to positive, which then turns it to chlorine, which then turns it to a cleaning agent. So that is what salt is doing when you have a salt lamp. It's heating it up and it's changing all those negative ions to positive. So then you're clearing the air, one. Also, you're changing the energy, two.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have
But-
then just regular salt out, is doing the same thing. Salt is amazing. It is something from the earth that I just don't understand. It's amazing.
But salt also creates a barrier, especially when you're trying to
Absolutely.
keep bad things out or keep bad things in or confined to a certain area. That's
And
why
like,
you'll see
yes.
people with haunted items or things like that. They will encase them and then circle them with salt. Now that creates a barrier, so nothing can cross that barrier.
Exactly.
Correct.
So
You're-
it's basically it just to keep the good things in and keep the bad things out.
And
Yeah.
it's like that fine salt seems to be this like weird spot in the metaphysical and the scientific realm of things. Like it's like this weird little like area where we've been able to figure out metaphysically what does it do. It blocks certain things, it changes other things. And then scientifically we know that when heated or just generally it will change. Salt is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So like Jaren says, salt is alkaline as opposed to acidic. Yes, it makes everything flow. It changes. It makes it flow as opposed to, I say change, like alkalinity, like it would make it go up and down, but it keeps everything flow. That's why you think of salt water.
Yeah.
It flows. It's an amazing substance. It really is. So if anybody needs like a good change in their home, you get yourself a salt lamp. I swear by them. I'll tell you what, I never thought in a million years I'd be this hippie girl. I never. Like I like stuff. Like I like things.
Yeah.
But salt lamps, they changed my world. They make things not stink. If you don't want stink in your house, get a salt lamp.
Right.
Crystal said kind of like a sacred circle. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It keeps that home. It keeps your area safe. It really does.
Right.
It's amazing stuff.
You know what I use for private cases? I know you both probably know when I do a private case and I put stuff out, I use iron. Iron is just like salt.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It sure is.
Yep.
Yeah.
The same chemical compounds. It's a lot of the chemical compounds of it.
I've done many private cases that I'll either leave horseshoes or horseshoe nails or tell people who have like cast iron to put underneath their bed, that kind of thing, because that helps keep all negativity out. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of
it's funny because like, I do what I do and I have my little hippie ways. And sometimes in certain situations, I have to reach out to other people and say, like I had to reach out to you and be like, okay, Colin's going through this, my youngest son. And I had to start using iron. Salt wasn't working,
Mhm.
and I had to use iron. So,
A little bit
it's
stronger,
like,
I think.
yeah, a little bit stronger. You start kind of moving up the ante. And, it's we all can use any of that stuff, but
Anthony says it does all season work. LOL.
Right, I thought it
Only
was.
on chicken.
maybe in a pinch. I mean, like it's got salt in it, but like,
I said only on chicken.
right? Be going out there with like Franks
Exactly.
doing the sign of the cross.
Let me rub this bologna on you. See if that works out.
Uh,
And I'm sitting here and I'm laughing at you too because you have your wine glasses, but I have my Yeti. It's
What do
not
you
like
have inside that Yeti?
it's not like a real Bigfoot, but it's a Yeti.
No, so
Tea.
what do you?
I have tea.
yeah, I was gonna say she don't got no fucking drink in there.
Oh no.
Well, I've
No,
put
no.
one on with brandy before. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. We're not gonna talk about that.
Right.
You know,
So,
this
with
is
like the
interest-
attachment stuff too, like Krista, would you agree like people from like hospitals, people who work in service too, they tend to get more attachments?
Absolutely. I can tell you about something. We have a personal friend who does the demonic cases, and a friend of my daughter's had an attachment, and she worked at a VA hospital, and she had an attachment, and he actually got rid of it for her. But yeah, just what you said goes back to hospitals. Yeah,
Yeah, hospitals have a lot of them. And I think people who work in service, like police officers, firefighters, nurses, doctors,
absolutely.
they are their hearts are open, they're willing to help. And then you put them in a situation where they're in a facility where people are at their lowest,
Mhm.
emotions are high, whether they're happy or they're
Yep.
low, birth of a child, death of a loved one.
Yeah. The
And then you have
energy.
the energy, and then you have spirits that did not feel that they were ready to go yet. And
Right.
who did they go to? Probably the person that they saw helping them.
Right.
I think that everybody who is drawn to service, military, police officers, things like that, I feel like they already have a light, like a little light above them,
Mhm.
anyways. So I feel like things like this are more drawn to them.
Yeah.
And then people who are sick and they're having to go to the hospitals quite regularly, their immune systems are lower, their morale is lower, so they're more vulnerable to picking up things
Oh yeah.
and
Oh
taking them
yeah.
home with them.
Right, because they have neither the energy or desire to fight anything off or leave,
Right.
just to, yeah, I
Right.
believe that
So
100%.
yeah. So I mean, attachments are, I have to say, like, attachments are the one thing that I have a hard time detecting on people. Um that's not one of my strong suits. I will admit that. I can usually feel something, but I can't quite depict what it is. Um Attachments are something difficult for me to pick up on.
I can't pick up on it, any type of attachment unless they choose to show themselves. That's the
Mhm.
only way.
Mhm.
If you were to walk around me and you were acting normal like you would every day, I would have no
Mhm.
idea. But
Mhm.
there are signs, like with people, that their moods will change, their patience, gets thin.
Mhm.
It's just they change into a different person, not because not because of possession. It's because of it feels
Right.
like you're sick, like an ailment, like you've got something hanging on you all the time. It's depression is what it comes down
Right.
to. I mean, you're dealing with your own life, but you got somebody kind of hanging on your back talking to you also.
Right.
It just wears you out, I guess. Again, going back to
Mhm.
the energy sucking thing that I was talking about, that they
Mhm.
can suck the, actual life out of you. Well, they can.
Yeah,
They can.
they can. Yeah, they absolutely can. And they're how to get rid of them. I think to a degree, I think we all have little bits of attachments to us, just to some degree,
Yeah. Yeah.
energy wise and just life in general. I think the best way to get rid of any sort of attachment is really to focus in on yourself and um, just almost like meditate. Just meditate on yourself and what you're feeling in the now.
Do you think
Recognize
like
it, move forward.
cleansing your chakra would
Yes.
help with that? And that can be
I think
done many ways. They have
you
like
can
the
do it
bells
yourself.
and
Yeah, they've got
Mhm.
the bells. You can go to somebody and have your chakras cleared. I mean, honestly, YouTube even has like like all chakra level clearing vibrational music. I mean, you can do a lot of
Yeah,
different things.
yeah,
You just have to really, if you're going to use that, you need to believe in it. It's all about
Actually,
within self.
well,
yeah,
actually, I learned to clean my chakras through Sarah Lamos 10 years ago when I took her classes,
Hmm.
and it was amazing. It's all about meditation and your
Hmm.
intent, and starting from the bottom and working your way up.
Right.
manifesting
Right.
a clear
It's just
chakra. Yeah,
it's just hard for some people to meditate. I know it took me a very long time to meditate. I have ADD.
Mhm.
Um, it was very difficult for me to meditate, and it's not easy for some to meditate. So
right.
that's why I say binaural beats, um, things like that you
Yeah,
can find on YouTube. Those are the things that will, if you have to use headphones for things like that. Use your headphones, earbuds, whatever you need. Those help because they put different frequencies in different ears, and it changes your brain waves and chemistry. Like
right,
it changes things. So you're listening different. That will help with clearing your chakras. So
right.
if you can't meditate, which I mean, I can meditate now, but when I couldn't, I used binaural beats and things like that.
Yeah.
Ladies, I hate to do this to you, but my family's calling it quits on me. It's been an hour and a half, and they're looking at
They're
me
saying no
funny.
more. They're saying no
Yeah,
more.
yeah, they're saying no more for mom. She's done.
I get it.
I get
We've been
it.
on
You're
here a
good.
while. Yeah, you're good, Brandy.
All
Okay,
right,
guys. Well,
Brandy. Again, thank you and congratulations. We're
all
so
right.
happy to have you.
Thanks, guys, and
Absolutely.
I will see you like next week.
Yep.
Yes.
Monday,
Friday.
Tuesday, and Friday, and Saturday. Woo!
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. I'll see y'all later. Good night.
All
See
right.
you
Love you,
later.
dear.
Safe travels.
All right.
So, yeah, like I was going back to what I was just saying, like, yeah, you can use binaural beats and things like that for people that have a difficult time meditating because it does take some practice to meditate.
Right. Right. It does. And that was, uh, when honestly, 10 years ago, I thought I was going crazy. I was at the lowest point in my life,
Hmm.
and I was hearing voices. Like, honestly, I heard this Chinese man all the time calling my name. And I was to the point I was about ready to commit myself because I'm like, I'm freaking going crazy. I reached out to so many people in the St. Louis area, and nobody replied to me except for Sarah Lamos, and she's in Oregon. And she's on the Ghost of Devil's Perch now, but
Hmm.
no, she's not on the Ghost of Devil's Perch. What is that show she did?
No, she's on
Well, she did Ghost of Morgan City, but what's that other show?
no, it's
Well, she was with that rock star too. What's that rock star name? You know who I'm talking about? Anyway,
Ozzy Osbourne.
no, it's that girl one. It's on Travel Channel and Discovery Plus. I don't know, but make a long story short, Sarah Lamos helped me a lot, and realized I was not going crazy. I was to a point in my life where I couldn't even walk in Walmart because people were happy, they were sad, I was picking up all of these emotions and I was getting panic attacks. And she helped me to understand that it wasn't me. It was literally, I was picking up on everybody's emotions. And so, and I know Jessica has been that person for you.
Oh yeah, Jessica, absolutely. Jessica came into my life when absolutely when I was ready for it.
Yeah.
My son showed abilities, and I was always that mom that did not tell him, I guess. I kind of made the same mistakes as my dad did with me.
Right.
Not talking about it. I didn't want him to be, I've seen way too many cases on TV and just experiencing them where parents push this stuff.
Right.
All children are sensitive. I will tell you that. All children are sensitive. They are closer to God than any of us. Their spirits are pure. They see. They have that imagination. We have not tainted them yet, essentially, is what it is. I mean, they're in touch with nature, they're in touch with animals. They can feel all of that. So they're sensitive. And then once they get to about, some people say about 5 or 6. I usually say about like 7 or 8 is about when I noticed with more kids that it just starts to really, and it stops. So he was going through this spot where he started noticing things. I did not ever tell him what I could do. I did not tell him what his grandfather could do, and so on and so forth. I kept it secret because I did not want to influence him. I did not want him to be one of those kids that says, oh, in order to get my mom's attention, I have to do, X, Y, and Z. Or to get people's attention, I have to do X, Y, and Z. So I kept it secret. And then it was him telling me, finally having kind of a meltdown at about, I'm going to say he was about 9, to tell me that, he was hearing people talk to him. He could tell that there was someone in his room, but he couldn't.
Well, I know,
I know like that.
Out there at the ranch that I talked to him about what was out there.
Yeah, you helped him too. Yeah, you talked to him as well, because I just didn't know what to do, because I knew I had abilities. I was kind of trying to figure them out, and trying to figure out the feelings associated with them, but I needed direction. It was like, just kind of driving at full speed and not knowing how to stop. It was just very chaotic for me.
Right.
So I kind of came to the conclusion that, unfortunately, I cannot help my son unless I know about myself, because he is a part of me. And that was when I reached out to Jessica, and I started taking classes. And when I figured out how I can help myself, look at his little photo bomber. I figured out when I could help myself was how I could figure out my children. And since then, I have a huge passion for helping kids with abilities, helping parents navigate it as well. My son, now 13 years old, I am so proud of him. Like, we have a very open relationship about things. And I have heard him so many times in our home, which is haunted. We do have ghosts in our home. I've heard him so many times being like, get out, go. I don't want to talk to you. When like nobody's there, like I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of him. He just told him, go get out.
Right.
Where before when he was little, he would never do that.
Right.
So Jessica helped me a ton with that, because she helped me discover myself, and she helped me have the words to be able to say it. And now I couldn't be more happy, because now I'm really comfortable in who I am. I know what I can do. I know what my children can do. And not that I'm putting them out there or anything.
Mhm.
I'm proud of them being them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like doing
Well,
gallery readings with my own teacher. I mean, God,
yeah. Well,
it's crazy.
you got that one too that I donated from DA's group last night. So
Yes, I do.
what's going
And
on?
you're so funny, Krista. You're like, I donated your time. It's like,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. My time is your time. I'm happy to do it. That's what it's all about. Honestly, even with my readings,
Mhm.
the payment part is really only, it's about an exchange. It's an energy exchange. Honestly, I could do this all day long without being paid for it because it's about helping people. That's all it's about. I feel like I was given a gift, and to ask for payment for that is very, it's
Right.
just not. It's
And
very difficult.
and that's the thing. That's why we do this. That's why actually we started this podcast, what, 2 years
It
ago?
was. It was.
It's
It's
only
because we
because,
wanted to give people
yeah,
info.
yeah. And it's not only, we're not well versed on UFOs and aliens and cryptids, but our thoughts was, get out there and reach people who are,
Mhm.
and that's what we've done. I've met some great people in the cryptid world and the UFO world. And it's all about educating everybody, from paranormal to all of it. So actually, we've been on here for an hour and 36 minutes. We probably should close this up, but I do want to, Aaron, do you want to talk about your podcast you're going to be on Sunday real quick?
Yeah, I am going to be on a podcast on Sunday. It is with Katie Stafford, and it is on the what? What? Shaman Sundays. Sorry, I thought he was. You couldn't hear what he was saying. I was like, "Am I saying it right?" No.
I couldn't hear Mark.
Right. Shaman Sundays, and it's going to be at. I will check the 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, and yeah, so I'm going to be on there with her talking about mediumship stuff. And also I have my not private, but my personal page of psychic medium Erin Eck, that, follow that too. If I've given you a reading, please put something on there. I want people to know that, this isn't just
Right.
spazzy stuff.
I will. I'm gonna promote Aaron because last year at Fall into Supernatural, her and Jessica did a gallery reading, and it was amazing. There wasn't a dry eye in the building, and everybody that was in on the gallery reading actually got a reading. It wasn't like, it was hit and miss. This person did and this person didn't. But you guys took the time, and everybody literally got a reading, and nobody walked out of there with dry eyes.
It was listed as a 2-hour reading, and we went to
Yeah.
almost 3 hours because we wanted to make sure
and
that
I
everybody
have
got
to
a
say,
reading.
I have to say, Aaron, I've known you for a long time now, and I knew you before you really, you always had the gift, but before you really got in tune with your gift.
Mhm.
And I'm very proud of you. You have come a long way, and
Thank
you
you.
rock it. You truly do. You rock it. And people who were skeptics, I can tell you, I'll name her name, and that was Kathy. And you made Kathy a believer. And
I did, because I called her out on a gallery once. I felt so bad. She was like, I can't discuss that.
Yeah, you totally rock it, and I'm very proud of you, how far you've come. So just know that.
Thank you, Krista. I love hearing that. I think that's the first time you've said that to me, and we've been friends forever. Like, it's just one of those weird things we don't necessarily have to tell each other that.
I'm very proud of you.
It's
You really have.
It's been a really fun adventure, Krista. I mean, like, you definitely started the path, absolutely, and helped me through a lot of spots where, I felt like I was going crazy. I didn't realize that what was anxiety was something else, and it
Right.
helped me to understand and maybe take the step forward to where I needed to go.
Yeah.
Going from a spot where you're thinking that you're crazy to thinking that, okay, I have this, where can I go from there? So, I couldn't have done
Yeah.
it without you as well.
Yeah.
But,
There's a
it's been
there's
definitely a good experience.
there's a couple shout outs I want to throw out there. Nighthawk's in the room, and Nighthawk has been going through his own personal trauma. He has cancer, and I have been
Oh.
praying for him. And so anybody
Nighthawk.
out there, please, keep continuing to pray for Nighthawk.
God
And
damn, fuck cancer, right? Jesus.
right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then one more thing. It looks like Daryl says he wants a reading.
Mhm.
You are a great team, great job tonight. So thank you, Daryl. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank you. Thank you. Yes. And we'd be,
If you want a
I'd
reading,
be
reach out
happy
to Aaron. Yeah, and if you want
I'd
a
be
reading,
happy
reach
to.
out to Aaron.
Mark does
Yeah.
want to say something before we go, but real
Okay.
fast, again, I'd like to just thank everybody for being here. Thank you for being so
Yeah.
supportive. Again, we really, this isn't about us. This is about getting information out to people that don't know where to get the information, because
Yeah.
as you all heard earlier, I was once that single mom who didn't know where to go but Google. And people try to take advantage, and I think it's great that we all can come together and spread the word and
Yeah.
spread information.
Yeah.
Nighthawk, I will be praying for you. Fuck cancer. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
It has taken, yeah, that's all I have to say
Yeah.
about that.
And
And
actually, Nighthawk, if you look on his page, and we can post that page too, he does have a GoFundMe, and I will be happy to share that on Blondes and Booze multiple times. And Nighthawk, please feel free to share that on Blondes and Booze.
yeah, any of you guys, if you have anything that you want to share on Blondes and Booze, please do that. All information is great information pertaining to the paranormal and not. Honestly,
Yeah.
the only thing I just ask is that no political or religious, because
Or
that
bashing
is,
anybody else, because you know what?
or
Well,
bashing any sort of sexism, like none of that. But if you have any other information, even if it's a freaking fart joke, I don't care. Let's laugh a little bit, come on now.
right.
So
Right.
let's just have a good time and spread the information. And
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
Brandy
Absolutely.
also saying prayers for Nighthawk. Yes, prayers
Yep.
for you, prayers for Gracie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do want to say one more thing. Aaron, what's that podcast that you're on Sunday? Do you know what it is?
It is Shaman Sunday. Brandon Cooper is the host of that. He is a veteran.
Yeah, I talked to Brandon. I like Brandon. He's on our pages. He's a cool dude.
He is a very nice guy.
I talked to Brandon at that event at McIntyre Villa.
Yes.
Yeah, very
He
cool.
did Jessica and her husband were kind of going through some stuff when we were investigating the McIntyre, just having some effects from just the strong environment. I mean, there was a full moon. It was all sorts of chaos environment wise. They're having a tough time. He is a shaman. He was able to kind of help.
He's not only that, but he's a veteran. And he's also very much into veteran charities as to
absolutely. And I talked with him about that.
Yep.
Yes. He is a wonderful man. Wonderful man.
And he rides horses. He rides horses.
Does he?
I see on his Facebook
didn't know that.
page. He does.
Well, I did see him on a horse on the Facebook page, but I didn't know that. I just saw him as a veteran. Him and I were talking about veteran stuff. So, but yes, if you guys get a chance, do go and like his page as well. He's going to have some really cool people on there too. And,
I'll tune in. What time is it? Sunday. I know it's Sunday.
It's at 8:00 on Sunday.
Central
I will be
posting 8 p.m. Central.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will be posting, no, not Central, Pacific. No, Eastern, sorry. Eastern time.
Okay,
Eastern
so
time.
7 o'clock Central. Okay.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
7 o'clock Central time.
No, 9.
Okay. And then
Wait,
I also
9
want
Eastern?
Yes.
Okay, I was just corrected. 9 Eastern.
okay.
So 8
And then
o'clock Central.
And then on Monday, Aaron and Brandy and myself will be on Grizzly Bigfoot podcast
Yes.
on Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then on Tuesday, we have Daryl Denton, who is a Bigfoot researcher, but he's going to talk paranormal with us about his
Correct.
experience he had with the ghost. And it's a positive experience. So
Yes,
the point of that
nothing
show,
scary. It's gonna be
Right.
good. It's gonna be. We're trying to put some positive stuff out there right now because
Yeah.
everything is crap. That's why we didn't do the murder thing tonight. I couldn't.
right, exactly.
Too much
Exactly.
heartache right now that I just don't want to deal with anymore.
And we
So,
also want to show that not all ghosts are negative either. You know, there's
Exactly.
if they're good in
there
life,
are
they're
good
in death.
spirits out there that are there to protect us and be around us. So yes,
Right,
absolutely.
absolutely. And then on February 27th, we have Thomas Ferraro, and he's going to be a cool one. We it is on the Missouri version of Skinwalker Ranch called Marley Woods, and D.A. Roberts is going to co-host with us. So
Right.
that'll be a fun one. And on that property, like UFO, aliens, cryptids, and ghosts. And I will tell you this, like literally in the barn, a horse spontaneously combusted. So
That to me just sounds
weird. I know.
I don't
That's
even
what
know what
I'm
to
saying.
say to that.
I don't even
Like-
know what to say to it either.
Like I've watched like stuff like believe me, I have watched stuff like where like people spontaneously combust. You know, I
Yeah.
watch all that stuff on ID and all that stuff.
Right.
But a horse?
Yes, and the barn. And I'm part of my question. I'm going to ask him about that because that just like
How do you know? Like I just can't wrap my mind around that. I'm sorry.
Me either.
Like
No.
I'm weird, but like a horse spontaneously combusting.
Right.
That
So
is
February
fucking crazy.
27th, and Marley Woods has been investigated by Ben Hansen, who does UFO Witness, which is
Mhm.
on Discovery Plus and the Travel Channel.
Mhm.
And there was a segment on Marley Woods with Thomas that's going to be with us that evening. So I'm pretty excited. DA is going to co-host that with us. And it's going to be a good show. So it's a little bit of everything. So I don't care if you're into Bigfoots, ghosts, or cryptids, you know, or UFOs or aliens. You know, there will be something on that show for you, for sure.
Mhm.
So
Yep, there's going to be all sorts of stuff, and you know, we want, and that's kind of the whole goal of this podcast is that we want to try to touch base on everything. You know, many of you maybe already know that I don't know a whole lot about cryptid. I'm learning, and I'm excited to learn about it. And I want you guys to be the same. You know,
yeah.
do the
And
same
that's
thing.
me too. I'm new to it too, you know, but we, you know, we have some good contacts and we've met some great people in the cryptid world. And I hope people that are out there in the UFOs that are in the UFOs and aliens reach out to us as well, because I'd
Right.
like to learn more about that as well.
We're all learning. We're all learning here.
Yes, absolutely.
So again, real quick, Mark wants to pop in real quick before we close out.
Okay.
All right, Mark.
I just want to real quick. I want to talk about
Go ahead.
Fallen Supernatural. It's a week from tomorrow. It starts. We have the Bigfoot hunt with D.A. Roberts, and that's going to go from 9 to midnight. We have a meet and greet from 6 p.m. to I think it's like 8 or 8:30 or something for people with VIP passes. There are very few VIP passes left, and there are very few Bigfoot hunt.
Yes,
Tickets
we're
left.
close to selling out. So if you're going to get your
Yes.
tickets, I would definitely get them now because we are close to selling out
Yes.
on a lot of the premium spots. Now for you know, for the speakers and things like that, we do have tickets available for that.
Yep.
But if you are planning on doing any of the extra things, they are kind of running low on that. Now we do still have tickets available for Jessica and I's gallery reading Those are now open for sale. We've been promoting it.
Mhm.
As of today, they finally came open for sale. So
Yep.
you can purchase those. And I guarantee you when it comes to the gallery reading, I've been to myself to gallery readings before,
Yeah.
to help, support the people I care about
Yeah.
and whatnot. I will tell you that Jessica and I will make sure that a lot of people get what they need from that. And it's kind of weird. Jessica and I have this, and her and I, that's why we're doing it 2 years in a row. We have this like vibe with one another where another medium would understand this, where you
Right.
just connect and you bounce off of one another. And it's this whole experience that only another medium doing a gallery with another medium would
Right.
understand. Where I will get some information, she will get the other information. And so just imagine like having two mediums doing readings at the same time while both are kind of bouncing back and forth. It is really an amazing experience. And Jessica even said, she goes, I can't believe that we like figured this out. Like we like that first time we just did this. And so if
Right.
you're not into it, what's $30? I mean, $30 and you can at least just experience it and you can sit in the
And you
back.
know what? Here's the thing. That money you guys have agreed to donate to
Yes.
the Focus program who
Yes.
helps veterans and their families with PTSD. So I think
Exactly.
that's awesome.
Exactly. And that's, you know what? At the end of the day, that is the biggest thing. Is
Right.
that Jessica and I are not in this to
Right.
gain fame or money or any of that. We are doing this to help veterans and people who have served our country with mental illness.
Right.
Mental
you know
illness
what?
is,
And I'm going to tell
yeah.
you out there how we come up with the Focus program. So I belong to a team out of here, out of St. Louis, Haunted Soul Society, and a very close friend of mine, his name is Greg. And last year, I think it was October, November sometime, his brother
Yes.
committed suicide and he was a veteran. And I
Mhm.
got to tell you, that was about the saddest visitation I have been to. And
Yeah.
we knew then that something had to be done. I mean, that, you know, I don't care what your political views are. You know, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, conservative. I don't care. But you know what? I think one thing we can all agree on is the veterans. They put the ultimate sacrifice out there for all of us, so we can do things like this, and
Yes.
we can have free speech, and you know, and that was just that one hit home because he's a good
Right.
friend, and to see his family and you know, his friends there. It was just, that was about one of the saddest visitations I've been to. I got to tell you.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I
we
would
told
agree.
him, we reached out to him. We were like, you know, why don't you pick out a charity that we do this Fall into the Supernatural for? And he picked out Focus. And you know what? It's a fantastic program. There are,
Yes.
I read a thing where there are like every 65 seconds, there is a veteran who commits suicide. And it is very real. It is very, the public needs to hear about it and they
Right.
need the help, you know.
Well, and even if it's not just for the funding, but just getting the word out there, because I think that there is,
Yeah.
while the funding might be there sometimes, people don't know that there are other resources.
Right.
So we're getting the word out on the Focus program, which
Yeah.
another veteran might not know about. I'm part of the whole veteran thing, and I didn't even hear of the Focus program.
Right.
So I get it, and it's very, very important. And mental health to me, I've gone to school for years for this sort of stuff. Mental health is extremely
Mhm.
important to me. And we all go through different paths,
Yeah.
and we need to
Absolutely.
help that. And a lot of these men have seen things that most of us would not come out of
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's
And
very true. I do
or
want to say
come out of
something too.
period.
I
So
don't even care if you're a veteran, you know, if
no,
you're at all suicidal, reach out to somebody. There's somebody out there that will listen to you. And last alternative, message us. We
Oh
will,
gosh, I will help. I will find you
Absolutely.
someone. One of us will find you somebody.
Yep.
We've all of us have been at some sort of low point, and we can help wherever we can. And so again,
Yeah.
reach out to
Absolutely.
somebody. I don't care who it is, reach out to someone. But
Yep.
yes, the focus program is amazing. And yeah, all of our proceeds, all of mine and Jessica's proceeds, we are donating 100% of that to the focus program. We are very much
and the thing
Jessica's husband is Army. He
veteran.
served.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is a veteran. He just recently retired. And I think he served I want to say 20 something years. So and he was up there. So he was
Yeah.
Army. So he, again, that is a very soft spot for her as well. So
Yes, absolutely.
yes.
And then just to kind of plug Jessica, she actually works with the police on missing persons and cold cases. So here's my thing. She's the one that told me about my Bigfoot experience. And people think, oh yeah, people can tell you that you had whatever. But the police don't work with just anybody.
No, they don't.
And she has helped my 12-year-old daughter with horses. And that's another story I'll talk about another time. And she has also helped my daughter-in-law with miscarriage. And Jessica rocks. She's just like you, Erin. She's
I
very
love her.
good.
And I think that is why her and I connect. People don't find each other in accident,
No,
and
absolutely not.
she's
And she
amazing.
has pretty hair. I mean, who do we know? Who else do we
Oh
know?
my gosh.
Hair?
She is like, seriously. Okay. So I have to tell, and I told Jessica this story too, that like probably, oh gosh, I don't even know how many years ago, I actually was looking for somebody to help me with my mediumship
Right.
stuff with my son. I happened to come across her when she was with another group and stuff. And I thought, oh, I'll wait. And that was years later, somebody had said, oh, you got to meet Jessica Potter.
Right. Absolutely.
And that was when I went ahead and I just joined her group and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was that same gal I freaking just Googled.
Yeah.
Like 3 years prior. She is amazing. Her classes, if people are interested in this, whether you have abilities or not, if you want to just understand, Jessica is amazing. She will help you understand just all around.
Absolutely. She will.
She's wonderful. She is really, really wonderful. And her and I really have to say, she is like, I just love her to pieces. God damn, she looks like she's called the mermaid psychic for a reason. You can't help but stare at the girl. She is so beautiful with her crazy multicolored hair. She is gorgeous. The girl's gorgeous.
Yes,
The girl's gorgeous.
She is.
Inside and out, she is gorgeous.
She has a
Just love her to
personality
pieces.
to go with it. Absolutely.
Oh, she's wonderful. So that's why it's so much fun when I go on stage with her that we just kind of bounce off one another. You don't meet people on accident. So she's wonderful.
No, you don't.
Is.
Absolutely.
Nope.
So
yes. So buy tickets. That is a separate link. If you are looking at tickets, that is a separate link. So
yeah. And I will post that again on Blondes and Booze tomorrow for sure.
Wonderful.
And I'll actually post it in Daryl's group, Bigfoot Believers and Other Creatures, and DA's group also that I moderate, several dogmen groups and Bigfoot groups. So I will post her link for the gallery readings tomorrow.
Perfect. I have to ask, is Crystal coming? She has been on so much stuff. I just have to like give her a little shout out. My gosh.
I know, Crystal, you need to come because we need to meet you. You were on
right. She has been on so much stuff. I keep seeing her name and I like have to like, is she still on there?
Yeah.
Is she? Okay.
I guess.
No, I
don't know. I can't tell who's on.
You can't tell. Well, if she goes back and watches it, Crystal, you need to come. Like I keep seeing your name and I'm like, so I'm like,
We'd love to meet you.
I'd like to meet her, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
She's always on
absolutely.
here. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's
Okay.
wrap this up tonight.
well, real
and-
quick, remember Mark needs to get on real fast.
Oh,
We
yeah.
keep trying to. It's
Come
like
on,
the
Mark.
old. It's like the old lady. It's like the old lady thing where it's like
Yeah.
you keep trying to say goodbye and you can't.
Sorry, I keep throwing.
Oh
my-
wait, Crystal
my-
says I really want to, but it's my grandson's birthday. No, you gotta go to the grandbaby's birthday.
Yeah, we'll forgive you this time, but you know what? We do a lot of events. We're doing one in Joplin, Missouri. I don't know where you're from, Crystal.
She'll
but,
just have to come to the next one.
yeah, yep, for sure.
But I have been excited to see her on each one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop my cam a minute because I got to do something with my dog, but I'll be back. So go ahead and talk, Mark.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Where are you at?
I'm here, but I got to take care of Haas a minute.
Okay. I just want to say real quick. First of all, Danielle, Gracie, we're all thinking about you. Nighthawk, I know. Trust me, I know what everybody's going through. Now that that's out of the way, before I start crying, I just want to say that, like, you guys were talking about mediumship and all that stuff. Anybody that is watching right now that may have doubts or skeptical opinions, I know where you're coming from, because about 5-6 years ago, I was in that same position. I didn't believe in this stuff. All I wanted to do was somebody to reach out to me. But I can tell you, in the last few years, that has completely changed my mind. I 100% believe now. I know that it's real. So anybody out there that watching this right now that has doubts, I can tell you from personal experience that it is real.
Uh-oh, I think we lost Mark
And the
a
most
minute.
unbelievable thing that you will ever witness in your life. Just so, if you come to the event next weekend, September 23rd, 24th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please, 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 whatever you want to believe in, come to this event. This is going to be amazing. We got Bigfoot, ghosts, a gallery reading, everything that you could ever. Yes, everything that you want is going to be in this event. So please come. And I'm telling you, as a scientific person, I guess you would say, or a skeptical in all of it, I'm telling you, this is going to be unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So please come, get your tickets now, because it's about gone. Especially with how many tickets do we have left of the ghost hunt?
Oh gosh, only a few.
We're getting tapped out. I know I had a meeting the other night with Nick and Mike Brown, and we talked about we're really close to tapping out on VIP, and that is only because of the museum. You know,
right.
we don't want 60 people in the museum.
No, that's too much. Okay, what about the Bigfoot?
The Bigfoot hunt is also close to tapping out. So,
and I will be there as a skeptical person. I'm going to be right
know
there.
Your feelings on Sasquatch.
Yes, and I'm not going to say too much. So that leaves the gallery reading, right?
Yes.
Please, please, please. I'm telling you, you need to come and see this. Whether you're skeptical or not, just come and witness for yourself. This will change your life. I mean, as far as me, I'm telling you, a few years ago, I was a non-believer. I'm just going to say it. Like, I didn't believe in this stuff. And meeting certain people has changed my way of thinking. I'm more open.
Just say who.
Wrong person. This person, let me get my finger right here. That person and the person over there off camera, which is Aaron. And Jessica. I gotta say real quick, Jessica is awesome. An amazing human being. She's even better at what she does. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but like the McIntyre Villa or whatever you say it.
That was so much fun.
She had me involved in stuff that I was like, I don't know about this. Like,
Yep.
and it blew my mind. Like, she is
Absolutely.
unbelievable. She is the perfect person that you want to get involved with stuff. Besides, I'm pointing over to Aaron.
Just the weird way that her and I connect.
Yeah.
Even like
So
Yeah,
I'm just trying to promote. Like, I really want people to come to this event, because it really truly covers all fields of the paranormal. We're
Absolutely.
talking UFO, Bigfoot, ghosts, like everything, mediumship.
And even Dogman, because I believe on that
Yes.
Saturday, DA is going to talk about Dogman.
Yes,
So-
DA, shout out to you, buddy. We love you.
Yes.
Yes, you are
absolutely.
awesome.
And he's an author. I mean, we have
Yes.
authors there.
We have.
We have
I say
published
we. I'm
authors.
sorry. They have
published authors.
so many unbelievable speakers. It's going to be amazing, and I can't
Yep.
be more grateful to be a part of it because I get to expand my thinking of all this. So I just want to say that real quick. If you haven't bought tickets to the gallery reading, do so now, because I'm telling you, it is going to change your life.
Actually,
Please,
I got to tell you,
please.
my daughter and her sister-in-law went on and bought tickets tonight for the gallery reading. So I know,
Good deal.
Aaron, you and I talked about that earlier, so you know what I'm talking about, but they absolutely did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, well, besides Bigfoot, I mean, that's another.
Well, I will tell you that it's very true. Erin has been a close friend of mine for a long time, and like I said, I've seen her grow, and I've seen where she was and where she's become. She's freaking amazing. And I've heard a skeptic friend of ours, Kathy, who runs the Ray County Museum, tell me she was impressed with Erin, and Kathy is not one that says that. And that's the honest God truth. And Mark, you know this.
Yeah.
You know Kathy.
And coming from
And
personal experiences, I was like, excuse my language, but I was like, that's kind of bullshit. But like the more I got into it and started being around her and everyone involved with her, I can't tell you how like it's mind blowing. It really is. Like there's no way that this person or this person knows this exact detail about me or my personal life.
Right.
And let me say this real quick. All the stuff you see on TV, a lot of it is, I don't want to say bullshit, but it's for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely agree.
This is real, and they are doing it for the right reasons. And that is what gets to my heart.
And let me shout out to all of our speakers, every one of them.
Yes.
We have Terry Mosby speaking on our UFOs. We have David Glidden. He does haunting history, and he does the Joplin spook lights. We have help me out here, Mark. I might go blank here, but we have Brian Polson. He owns the Stevenson building, and he collects haunted oddities. Who else do we have? Come on, help me think here.
Well,
DA, absolutely. And then we have
Jessica,
Tim Miley,
Aaron.
Jessica,
Aaron.
Tim. Yes, and KD Stafford. Every one of these speakers are doing it out of their pockets. It is they are doing it pro bono. We aren't paying any of them, and for that we appreciate 100%.
Yes, thank you. It's all for the right reasons, what I believe in. So
absolutely, me too.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Haunted Soul Society. Whoever whoever is involved in this, I want to say thank you because
It is basically, it's all of our speakers, it's Haunted Soul Society, and it is Blondes and Booze. And actually you, Mark, because I know you are a sponsor as well. So we thank you.
yeah. Well, you're very welcome, and
Yep.
it's my honor to be a part of this. I know when it's for the good of people
Mhm.
that are just trying to find something to reach out to,
Right.
And let me say this real quick. No matter what you believe in or what you're skeptical of or whatever, we believe what you're saying. Whether, that's the story you're telling or what you're experiencing. I mean, we will reach out to you or find somebody that can help you in that manner. So I'm really proud to be a part of this, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna start getting emotional, so I'm gonna let Aaron come back into this.
Okay. And then we'll
So
wrap this up because I know we've kept
yes,
everybody on
I
for
know.
2 hours and 10 minutes. So we
Right,
appreciate
right.
everybody hanging out
So-
with us.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please tune in to Blondes and Booze, and I will hopefully see you at the event next weekend. So,
Absolutely.
love you guys.
Yep. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, you will. Okay.
Listeners. Hey, Mark, remind Aaron to bring the banner.
I will. I am that person that reminds her of everything. So
Yeah, I'll be texting her tomorrow too.
He's
Yeah.
my notebook.
yes, I am her notebook. So I will remind her of that. And yes, I
He's
will.
my notebook. She's my calendar.
Right.
So love you guys.
Love you too.
Again, prayers out to Nighthawk, Danielle, Gracie, all them. We love
Yep,
you,
absolutely.
and we will do everything we can to help in any way. So,
Yep.
see you guys later.
See you later, Mark. Thank you.
All right, pop it in. So,
All right.
Good night, everybody. Thank you again.
Yes, thank you. This was fun. And
It was
we
fun.
appreciate everybody who stayed on here with us. We definitely
While we kept rambling, I mean,
I know we kind of ramble, but that's just me and you,
that's
Really.
just us. That's just us. And you know what? Any y'alls who get together with your friends, you'd be doing the same thing.
Mhm.
So that's
Yep.
what it's about. And we want you to ramble with us. Message, ramble.
I do want to
Yes.
say something out there. If anybody has had any type of paranormal experiences, message us privately. And
Yeah,
we'd
we'll
love to
have you
more.
on, or we'll talk
Yeah.
about it. Like, come on now,
Yeah,
let's get it all out
absolutely.
there.
Absolutely. And once again, Monday night we'll be with I can't think of the group's name. Let me look real quick. Hold on.
That's called wine.
Grizzly Bigfoot. And then Tuesday night we're on with Daryl Denton. And then on February 27th, we are on with Thomas Ferrario on Marley Woods. So
Awesome.
everybody tune in if you can.
Yes. And Crystal, thank you so much. You have been
Yeah.
on here like every time. Like, I can't say enough. Like, girl,
You need to come meet
you
us.
be getting a reading. I'd be giving her a reading. And Daryl too. Like, Daryl's been on here. Like, everybody, like, I just love our people that, it's maybe only a few, but come on now. Like, they have been like, they've been like good boyfriends and girlfriends.
Absolutely.
There for every moment.
Absolutely.
I just love you guys. Thank you guys so much. And message us privately if you have questions or you have a great topic. I mean, come on now. Like, let's just get it all out there. So
absolutely.
thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you all later.
Yes. And Crystal, I'd love to meet you too.
Yep. For sure. We would. Talk to you
We'll be
later.
giving you the personal invite.
Yep. See
Bye.
you later. Bye-bye.